At Cornhusker Auto Center, bragging is not our style, but that doesn't mean our customers can't.
Great people, easy transaction, went out of their way to help. Thank you.
Amazing place to buy a vehicle. Great staff all around.
I would recommend Cornhusker Auto to anyone.
Time out!
Welcome back to the premiere edition of Time Out with Nick. This is the preseason football edition, where obviously the coronavirus has changed pretty much everything for everyone, or so it seems. Lots of changes in particular in store this year for Norfolk High School because of Omaha Public Schools canceling fall sports. The Panthers have 3 new opponents on their schedule this season, including the season opener against Bellevue East coming up here on Friday night. Here's Coach Tom Olson with a look at the Panthers.
Well, right from the start, every protocol changed on a daily basis as we would look at something and decide we want to change it to make it more safe. And even like this morning's practice is our 5th practice, and we went right through and changed a whole bunch of things and how we're warming up and things like that to continually try to ensure safety and keeping this virus in mind. And our kids have responded to it just outstanding. They are so tickled to be a part of something that is doing something that's fairly normal. That they have done things like in the weight room, they're wearing masks throughout the entire workout. In football practice, they're wearing masks throughout the entire workout. When they're tougher to breathe, they pull the mask down to their chin when they're doing an exercise, and then they pull it right back up. And I don't know how else to put it. I just think our kids have done a phenomenal job of adjusting and adapting to the circumstances to make this a very successful summer thus far, and hopefully a very successful fall.
Turning our attention over to Class C ratings, typically with preseason ratings, you start with things like a defending state champion, such as Oakland Craig, especially when you see everything that the Knights have coming back this season. You also tend to look at a team like Wayne to maybe take the next step, especially after a semifinal appearance last season, and with a lot of guys back, including a Super 6 athlete in state wrestling champion Mike Leatherdale. One team that is on both of those schedules, however, is Norfolk Catholic. Coming in after a 3-6 season, they missed the playoffs for the first time since 1995. Here's the thing for the Knights. They have lots of skilled players back, including a 1,000-yard passer. But here's the thing. You got to rebuild on the offensive line and defensive line. Here's Coach Jeff Beller with an outlook for the Knights.
We have high expectations for our football team that we're going to compete at a high level. I can't sit across from you telling you how many games that's going to be in the win column or the loss column, but I think we'll compete well. I think our kids will play hard, and I think that they'll give us all they have, and that's the expectation. Obviously, it has been every year. Some years we've been able to go and play in Lincoln and play for a championship. You know, I don't know what that holds for us this season, but I do know that for 48 minutes we're going to be as well prepared as we can and play as hard as we can.
Over in Class D, it looks to be a wide open race, especially in Class D1, where there are quite a few quality teams this season. Looking at maybe the start of the season anyway, looking at maybe a Clarkson Lee at the top of the list. They got everybody except one player back from last year's playoff team, and they also get the return of Tommy McAvoy, who was a super sophomore a couple of years ago, missed his junior season with a knee injury. He's back. You got a team like Clarkson Lee. You got another team like Neely Oakdale in there. They got a new quarterback, but lots of returners there as well. Howells Dodge, Humphrey St. Francis, both of them have to rebuild their offensive lines, but again, got a lot of skilled players back. Also, a team to keep an eye on in Class D1 is Lutheran High Northeast. They have a new district this year, and all the teams in their new district, including the Eagles, made the playoffs last year. Yes, the Eagles do have quite a few skilled players to replace their top rusher, their top passer, their top 2 receivers. Still, high expectations for Lutheran High. Here's Coach Darren Suxtor.
If you watched us in the past, I think we've been pretty quarterback-heavy run game and play action to 1 or 2 receivers. This year, I think we're going to be more multiple in our series. We'll see us under center a little bit more.
There was real football last Friday night. Laurel-Concord-Coleridge traveled to Homer in a matchup of teams that lost in the first round of the playoffs a year ago. It was actually 8-7 very early on in the game, and then Laurel-Concord-Coleridge went on to score the next 62 points of the game. The Bears scored 32 points in the last 3 minutes and 3 seconds of the first half alone. The Bears got 2 safeties in the game, so their defense played really well also. Which one do you like more, the offense or the defense in this one? Head coach Pat Arns with his answer.
I'm happy with both. I guess I don't know if there's one more than the other. I just thought we got a little better as the game went on, and we saw some guys. I mean, we were playing some sophomores that have never played before on the line, so they kept getting better as the game went on. So I'm proud of that aspect of it.
Laurel-Concord-Coleridge finishing off a 78-14 win. A big reason for that was the rushing game. The Bears finished with 372 yards rushing. Of that, Evan Heisch, the junior running back, went 16 carries for 194 yards and 5 touchdowns. Here's what he had to say after the game.
Well, it's just great to start off the season, just get us some movement through the season, just work on stuff that we need to work on.
Our fall sports preview section will come out in Thursday's paper. Look for the full preseason ratings for classes C and D for the area teams. You'll only be able to get that in print or the digital subscription. And we could go with a lot of different things with how much it costs. Really, it's not a whole lot. I'm Nick Bench, and thanks for taking a time out with us.